Welcome to ComfortTV.channel news, where we bring you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. My name is Faith Kevin. Welcome this hour. In the headlines, President Tinubu appoints Governor Uzodinma as Renewed Hope Ambassador. Federal government approves renovation of Ojukwu Bunker and War Museum as international tourist sites. Mr. Olubunmi Olusonya assumes office as Permanent Secretary, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction. Security agencies intensify operations as FCT relaunches task force. Rivers Police debunk herdsmen attack. Federal government launches global food disaster management project to boost Nigeria's flood resilience. NAF NNPC strengthen partnership to secure Nigeria's oil and gas infrastructure. On business news, CBN cites 4.69 trillion liabilities as constraint on new intervention programs. Abia governor launches first Abia Turkiye Investment Summit to attract global partnerships. On the foreign scene, Jordanian security forces kill 2 militants in Ramta in anti-terror operation. Kashmir shopkeeper dies after self-immolation amid police detention of family. On sports, former Werder Bremen forwards back Victor Boniface amid goal drought. Women+More joins England women's under-20 squad. Now the news. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State as the Renewed Hope Ambassador ahead of the national launch of the federal government's World Development Program. The appointment, effective immediately, also assigns Governor Uzodinma as Director General for the All Progressives Congress, Outreach, Engagement and Mobilization. In this role, Governor Uzodinma will collaborate with APC governors and party leadership to promote government programs, maintain strategic coordination, and ensure harmony and inclusiveness across all levels of the party. The presidential spokesperson, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, said the appointment is intended to raise public awareness and the administration's achievements since 2023. Mr. Onanuga said President Tinubu's administration has recorded progress in key sectors, with inflation easing to 16.05%. In October, foreign exchange reserves reaching over $46 billion and investor confidence increasing across the oil, gas, and solid mineral sectors. He said government initiatives have also streamlined education and travel services, enrolling over 700,000 students under a liberal education loan policy and reducing passport issuance to under a week. President Tinubu tasked Governor Uzodinma with ensuring Nigerians understand and appreciate the administration's achievements, reinforcing the message of renewed hope nationwide. The Imo governor, who also chairs the Progressive Governors Forum, will work alongside other APC governors designated as ambassadors of hope to mobilize citizens and promote the party's milestones since 2023. In Enugu State, the Renewed Hope Agenda 2027 support group continues to strengthen its structure ahead of the 2027 elections. The group has appointed Comrade Onyebuchi as state spokesperson to coordinate communication, deepen grassroots engagement, and ensure effective dissemination of the agenda. The appointments and ongoing mobilization efforts underscore the administration's focus on strategic coordination, public engagement, and the promotion of developmental programs across the country. The federal government has approved the renovation and upgrade of Ojukwu Bunker and the National War Museum in Umuahia, Abia State, with the aim of transforming the facilities into international tourist destinations. The approval follows agreements signed between the National Commission for Museums and Monuments and the Abia State government to modernize the two federal heritage sites, which house key relics from the Nigerian Biafra War. Commissioner for Information Prince Okekanu announced the development during a briefing at the Government House Umuahia after the weekly State Executive Council Exco meeting presided over by Governor Alex Uti. He said the retrofitting of the site would enrich visitors' historical experiences, preserve the state's heritage, and boost tourism, creating employment and business opportunities for Abians. The Commissioner for Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Mr. Matthew Ekwiribe, added that work will begin within a month, following the finalization of a memorandum of understanding between the federal government and the state. Prince Kanu and Mr. Ekwiribe also disclosed plans for cultural events during the Christmas season to attract visitors, including a comedy fest scheduled for December 12 and the Abia State Christmas Carol on December 20, 2025. The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction has called for stronger collaboration with agencies, development partners, donors, and stakeholders to better address the needs of vulnerable Nigerians. Assuming office at the ministry's headquarters in the Federal Secretariat, Abuja, the new permanent secretary, Mr. Olubunmi Olusonya, emphasized that the ministry cannot operate in isolation. He noted that its programs and interventions impacted the elderly persons with disabilities, refugees, migrants, internally displaced persons, and distressed families. Outgoing Permanent Secretary Dr. Yakubu Adam Kofarmata praised the ministry's experienced workforce and urged them to extend the same support to Mr. Olusonya, highlighting the importance of teamwork in advancing the ministry's mandate. Director of Human Resource Management, Mrs. Onyadesi Chinyere Hilda, thanked Dr. Kofarmata for his contributions and pledged full support to the new permanent secretary. The ceremony concluded with the signing of the formal handover documents. Dr. Olusonya was transferred from the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, while Dr. Kofarmata will take up a new role at the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development. Security agencies across Nigeria are stepping up efforts to protect lives and property amid rising concerns over crime and misinformation. In the Federal Capital Territory FCT, the Police Command, working with multiple security agencies, has reactivated Operation Sweep FCT. The Joint Task Force was formally relaunched with the support from the Minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Ezenwike. The minister's backing has strengthened interagency coordination and enhanced operational efficiency throughout the territory. Heads of a participating agency addressed personnel at Eagle Square, emphasizing of proactive, intelligence-driven and highly visible security operations. Operation Sweep FCT is designed to deter crime, ensure rapid response to threats, and increase security visibility across the FCT. The task force includes the FCT Police, Nigerian Air Force, Navy, Department of State Services, Nigerian Immigration Service, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Supporting agencies include the Federal Road Safety Corps, Federal Fire Service, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Directorate of Road Traffic Services, Development Control, Environmental Enforcement and Monitoring teams, and other regulatory bodies. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Police Command has dismissed a viral video claiming that Fulani herdsmen launched an attack but were repelled by Ijaw youths. The command described the video as fabricated, deliberately misleading, and intended to incite fear. According to the Rivers Police, no reports or intelligence suggest any herdsman attack occurred in the state. Authorities warned residents to disregard unverified content and not to share information that could cause tension or disrupt peace. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has launched the Global Food Disaster Management Project, GFDMP, a multi-year initiative aimed at enhancing flood resilience and mitigating the impact of climate-related disasters across Nigeria. The president, who was represented by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, made this known during the launch of the GFDMP in Abuja. The project is designed to shift Nigeria from a reactive to a proactive and preventive approach to flooding. It focuses on advanced early warning systems, flood-resilient infrastructure, capacity building and knowledge transfer, and community engagement and local participation. The GFDMP will strengthen forecasting capabilities, introduce real-time monitoring, and deploy digital alert systems to provide citizens and government agencies with timely information to prepare for and respond to flood events. The president highlighted that the initiative aligns with Nigeria's existing priorities in early warning systems, modern hydrological infrastructure, disaster response coordination, and environmental protection. He pledged full government cooperation and active participation to ensure the program reaches all vulnerable communities. The Nigerian Air Force, NAF, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC Limited have intensified collaboration to enhance the security of the nation's critical oil and gas infrastructure, a move aimed at safeguarding production revenue and national economic stability. The renewed partnership followed a courtesy visit by the Chief of the Air Staff, CAS, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, to NNPC Group Chief Executive Officer Bayo Ojulari in Abuja. The discussion focused on strategies to secure pipelines, flow stations, offshore platforms, and other key energy assets. According to the NAF, improved synergy among security agencies has already led to a notable reduction in oil theft, pipeline vandalism, and illegal bunkering activities. The Air Force has increased intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance operations to detect and counter emerging threats, while reinforcing across the nation's offshore energy infrastructure. The collaboration also emphasizes modernizing security operations through technology, joint planning, and intelligence sharing. NNPC confirmed plans to integrate advanced monitoring systems and coordinate closely with the NAF in protecting its assets, ensuring continuity of production and enhanced safety in oil and gas operations. The partnership builds on prior joint initiatives between the two agencies, including coordinated aerial patrols over pipelines and rapid response units deployed to high-risk areas. These measures are part of the government's broader efforts under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to secure national resources, stabilize energy production, and attract investments into the oil and gas sector. This is ComfortTV.channel news. Will return shortly with business, foreign, and sports news. Many thanks for staying tuned to ComfortTV.channel news. Heading on to the world of business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has stated that outstanding liabilities of 4.69 trillion naira from previous intervention programs limits its capacity to introduce new initiatives to support the economy. A review of past interventions revealed that the Apex Bank issued a total of 10.93 trillion naira over the last decade. Of this amount, 43% remains unsettled, restricting the CBN's ability to launch fresh schemes. Since the review, the bank has recovered about 2 trillion naira from prior interventions. The CBN noted that this limitation has contributed to reducing market distortions and is now placing greater emphasis on promoting private sector development. Past interventions, the bank acknowledged, had created moral hazards and discouraged competition in certain sectors. In related developments, Nigeria's gross external reserves rose by 9.19% over 2 years, reaching $46.70 billion as of November 14, 2025. The reserves are sufficient to cover 10.3 months of imports for goods and services. Economic indicators show positive trends, including a rise in Nigeria's Purchasing Managers Index to 56.4 points in November 2025, marking the highest level in 5 years and signaling stronger growth in the third and fourth quarters. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has officially opened the first Abia Turkey Investment Summit and Product Exhibition, a 3-day event aimed at fostering economic collaboration between Abia State and the Republic of Turkey. The summit was held at the International Conference Center in Umuahia. In a keynote speech titled Prosperity Through Partnership, Governor Oti outlined his administration's commitment to positioning Abia as a prime destination for investment in manufacturing, agriculture, textiles, small and medium enterprises, SMEs, and industrial innovation. He highlighted opportunities for Turkish investors to engage in sectors such as agriculture, textile production, housing development, logistics, metal fabrication, and retail value chains. Governor Oti emphasized the state's competitive advantages, including a skilled workforce, reliable energy supply in strategic areas, strengthened security, and improved road infrastructure. He assured investors of the government's support in facilitating business operations and creating sustainable investment ecosystems. Foreign now, 2 militants in Ramtha in anti-terror operation Jordanian security forces have killed 2 armed militants in the northwestern city of Ramtha, marking the first major anti-terror operation since the government's crackdown on the Muslim Brotherhood in April. The operation took place on Bank Street, a residential and commercial area in central Ranta. Residents reported that electricity was cut off as security forces exchanged fire with the suspects, identified as members of the Musalam family. Many shops in the area remained closed following the raid. State media described the two brothers as outlaws with extremist ideologies. 3 officers were injured during the confrontation. According to Petra news agencies, weapons and ammunition were seized at the scene, and government officials said more details will be released in due course. Ramta, located near the Syrian border, has been a focal point for the authorities' efforts to curb smuggling and other illicit activities. Sources say the operation appears unrelated to anti-smuggling measures and is part of a broader counter-terrorism effort. Moving on, a 55-year-old shopkeeper in India-controlled Kashmir, Mr. Bilal Ahmed Wani, died after setting himself on fire following his release from police custody. Mr. Wani had been detained as part of the investigation into the November 10 blast near New Delhi's Red Fort that killed at least 10 people and injured 32. Authorities released Mr. Wani but kept his eldest son, Jasir Bilal Wani, in custody. Relatives said the stress and humiliation from the detention drove him to self-immolation. Police confirmed he died from self-inflicted burn injuries. The November 10 explosion prompted a sweeping security crackdown in Kashmir, including raids, mass questionings, and detentions. Police also investigated a November 14 accidental explosion at the Srinagar police station, which killed at least 9 people, while handling explosives seized from Faridabad near New Delhi. Authorities have accused Mr. Wani's son of assisting the suspected suicide bomber Umar Unnabi, a doctor linked to the New Delhi blast. Government forces demolished Mr. Wani's family home in Pulwama district as part of ongoing counter-terrorism measures. Analysts say the crackdown has heightened fear and anxiety in the region, particularly among professionals and students under investigation. Experts note that political disenfranchisement following India's 2019 revocation of Kashmir's special status has fueled anger and unrest, and heavy-handed security measures risk further alienation of the local population. On to sports, 2 of Werder Bremen's former strikers Claudio Pizarro and Martin Harnik have voiced their support for Super Eagles forward Victor Boniface, who has yet to score in 9 appearances since joining the Bundesliga side on a season-long loan from Bayern Leverkusen. Harnik, a former Werder Bremen and Austria international, drew comparison between Boniface and former Germany striker Max Kruse, stressing that the Nigerian needs freedom on the pitch to fully express his creativity. Pizarro, Werder Bremen's all-time leading scorer with 153 goals in 320 appearances, also urged patience. The Peruvian highlighted that forwards often experience dry spells and that persistence, confidence and mental resilience are key to overcoming them. At Western Stadium, Boniface has faced several challenges that have affected his form. Observers note that weight management issues, dietary adjustments, and the pressure of meeting expectations in a new tactical system have combined to make his adaptation more difficult than anticipated. Despite the struggles, Boniface has shown glimpses of his quality through intelligent movement, pace, and link-up play. Analysts and former players insist that once he gains confidence and adjusts to the team system, he can become a key attacking threat for Werder Bremen. Moving on, the English Football Association have made amendments to the England's Women Under-20 squad announced last week, with one of the changes involving a player eligible to represent the Super Falcons. The FA confirmed that Brighton and Hove Albion defender Damilola Atinaro has been drafted into the squad as a replacement for Chelsea's Chloe Sarri, who has been elevated to Under-23 setup after initially being selected for the Under-20s. Atinaro's late inclusion brings to fore the number of Super Falcons eligible players named by head coach Lawrence Smith. She joins Arsenal academy graduate Omotora Junaid, former West Ham forward Princess Ademi Lui, and Manchester City young star Jane Obuavudo in the squad. Obuavudo and Junaid were part of the English squad that reached the semi-finals at the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, while Ademi Lui has earned promotion following her impressive performance for the Under-19s. And that's our news bulletin of the hour. For today, before we go, here is a recap of our top stories. President Tinubu appoints Governor Uzodinma as renewed Hope Ambassador. Federal government approves renovation of Ojukwu Bunker and War Museum as international tourist sites. Mr. Olubunmi Olusanya assumes office as Permanent Secretary, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction. Security agencies intensify operations as FCT relaunches task force. Rivers police debunk herdsmen attack. Federal government launches global food disaster management project to boost Nigeria's flood resilience. NAF, NNPC strengthen partnership to secure Nigeria's oil and gas infrastructure. On business, CBN cites 4.69 trillion naira liabilities as constraint on new intervention programs. Foreign Jordanian security forces kill 2 militants in Ramta in anti-terror operation. And on sports, former Werder Bremen's forwards back Victor Boniface amid goal drought. Thanks for watching. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates. My name is Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected.